once you have reached rock bottom, there's nowhere to go but up. So don't ever give up. Welcome to another episode of Tea with Sarah. Agathe is here to tell us her story. Also, we'll be talking about holistic healing, a subject many don't talk about openly. And I will let her introduce herself to you. Agathe, welcome.
Hi, it's a pleasure to be here. Thank you. So, I introduce myself?
Yes, please.
Okay. So, I'm Aurena Agathe Fohler. I'm a holistic life coach. I'm a spa consultant. Once a year, I bring the Oktoberfest band from Germany to Sri Lanka for the Oktoberfest. And I love drawing. I'm an artist as well. Actually, I do so many things. But my main job is it's not my job, it's my passion. I think it's my mission in life to be a holistic life coach.
So, Agathe, if you can explain what is holistic healing?
First of all, I would like to say, talking about spiritual things and holistic lifestyle and being a life coach, like everyone wants to be a life coach now, and it became this commercial trend kind of a thing, but it's not. See, I believe some people can really talk very well, and because they talk, come on, the election is about to happen, right?
Yeah.
So there are some people out there, some leaders, they can talk very well, right?
Yes.
They're just, oh my gosh, you listen to them and you think, wow.
Yes.
But then I want to, just for a minute or second, just stay silent. Go into your heart. I always say, close your eyes, breathe into your heart. You can even hold your hand on your heart and feel your heartbeat. The moment you can feel your heartbeat, that's when your soul and your bodies are connected, right? So that is being holistic. Holistic means body, mind and soul. And when you're connected, when you're being whole and complete, not needy of someone else, you will know if someone talks the truth or not. So then anyone can stay in front, but they can tell any lies, but you will notice because your heart, it cramps up and you can feel, okay, you feel like really, you feel cold, you feel something is off and you can't be yourself. That's when someone lies to you. And I want people to understand that when they meet someone, to feel and listen to themselves. So that is holistic. Holistic means it comes from inside, it's complete, and it comes from all the angles and not just one-sided.
Okay. So, yeah, your journey wasn't an easy one.
No.
Yeah. if we are to talk about your past, shall we?
Yes. So, when you were asking who I am, I do on the side little modeling, and I did also, I'm half German, half Sri Lankan, right? My mom is German and my dad, my mom is Sri Lankan and my dad is German. So my parents both can't hear and speak. So when they met, it was...
They can't hear and speak?
Yeah, so we speak sign language, they can't hear and speak. So my mom went to Ratmalana Deaf and Blind School.
Okay.
Right? So that's why I never learned Sinhalese, and now it's a little tough for me to learn, but I'm trying my best. So already when my dad and my mom met, I always say it was marriage made in heaven.
Oh.
So it was really, because my dad met this very old lady, she became 102. And she was reading my dad's palm, right? He's born 1929. So he's from the World War. And those days, if you would do palm reading or astrology or being psychic, today that's the great part. If you talk about spiritual things, it's a part of life, it's okay, it's open, but still we have some taboos.
Yes.
But those days, if you would do that, you would be like the devil, you would be the witch. They would haunt you down, the Catholic Church would haunt you down. We have
those days.
Yes, those
many
days.
years ago. Yeah.
And so many women died because of that.
Yeah.
So, but my dad had, because he's also psychic, he would get some information through dreams. So this lady told him he will meet his wife abroad. So from a small age already, he started traveling.
So this happened in Germany?
Yes.
So he traveled all the way to Sri Lanka?
Yes.
Okay.
By ship, by train, by bus, on a scooter, on a bicycle. So he did the whole thing, you know. I mean, we didn't have planes. It was like very expensive those days.
Wow.
And then he would go like in the Middle East, he would go to deaf and, we say deaf and dumb, but they're not dumb, they're deaf. So deaf schools, they can't talk, but they're very smart people. So then in the Middle East, he went to a school like this. He would meet friends, like he would get more and more, like he would connect with the whole world, right? So then in India and Bangalore, he went to a school, and then he came here and he met my mom.
How did that happen?
They met at this event in Ratmalana, and then I don't know, they must have felt it in their heart or something, because my mom that time was 36. And in Sri Lanka, if you get married, normally it's around 20 or something, 30.
Yeah.
So, and she's from a village, she's born 1941. So that was a major thing, right?
Yeah.
And she always refused to get married to some guy. She didn't want to. She was very, you know, strong that way. So, and my dad was 50 that time. So when they met, 2 months later, they got married. So they met and they knew. And then my grandmother said to my mom, when she said she wants to get married and she wants to leave the country, she wants to go with him, those days a letter would take more than 1 month, right? You can't send an SMS or fax or whatever. The letter would reach like after 6 weeks or something. So then my mom, said she wants to leave, and then my grandma said, oh no, white people eat snakes, don't go with him. So they lie, right? And my mom said, she doesn't care, she will go with him. I admire my mom, she's Buddhist, my dad is Roman Catholic, and to be honest, if I look at Sri Lanka right now and they're fighting with Muslims and Buddhists and Christians, and we are in 2019, we are hitting 2020, and my mom and my dad, they're from way back, and they didn't have any issues. Why do we have issues?
Exactly. 2019, people wake up.
Yes, exactly. So they had very much a strong belief and faith, and that's what's missing. And now I forgot the question you asked me.
I said we'll talk about your past.
My past, so that is my root.
Yeah.
So, and because of all those crazy circumstances, I grew up in Germany in a village which they all came from Czechoslovakia, being German, but from the wartime. And those people were so mean to me. They would call me a gypsy. That was a very bad word to say. A gypsy is, you know, the gypsy people who read the cards and they steal and they're dark.
I didn't know that they steal, but
that's what they say in Europe.
But why would they call you a gypsy?
Because I have that mixed skin color. I'm not pure white, right? So I have black hair, and my mom, she would come in a colorful sari. Those days they were wearing gray, brown, black. So there was no color. And I just imagine my mom, and she looked like 20. So then they thought, oh, my dad is 50, bringing a schoolgirl from Sri Lanka, but she was already hitting 40. So it's like their mindset, right?
Yeah. So, yeah, and then?
So, yeah, then I grew up in this actually very mean surrounding, like really mean. I know I'm smiling, but it was actually terrible. I cried every day. And then the kids in the kindergarten, they didn't want to play with me, but not because of my skin color, but they could sense I'm different. And the truth is that, but I realized it many years later, I know there's so many people out there right now in Sri Lanka, and I know you guys are being very, very psychic. And that's why I'm so glad that I'm here, that I can talk open with you about that topic. I know that most of you are very psychic, and I was very psychic, and I didn't know, because for me it was normal. So I knew what people would think. So I knew when someone was thinking bad of me, automatically I stepped back and I made myself an outsider. I didn't play with them, and nor did they play with me, because they could feel I know things which is not normal. Like, I had my neighbor's boy, we would always play, right? So I had all those visions, and I would talk about Sigiriya and about very ancient places, but I have never seen them, right? Yeah. But I had it, so I would talk about, like, I would say, hey, there's a house and it goes it's up in the mountain and it's beyond the clouds. So he would go to his parents, he would talk about it, and then he would come back the next day. You're lying! And I got so hurt, because I told him what I see, but how do I know why I'm seeing this, right? I'm a child. And my parents couldn't support me because they wouldn't hear what I'm saying.
So, do you think that you were talking about your previous life?
Yes, previous life and things which is out there in the world. Yes, so I saw that, but I didn't know what I'm seeing, so I spoke openly about it. And then they would call me a liar. That was really devastating.
Must have been really difficult for you.
Yes, and you feel ugly about yourself because all the people are telling you how ugly you are, you're dirty dog, you're dirty this, and I'm like, you're a child. You don't even know what's going on. That's so mean. But it made me strong because the amazing part is, this is something for you out there, okay? We are never alone. Even if your family doesn't approve of you being different, doesn't mean you're a stranger, you're wrong, you're weird. I mean, of course, we are all weird. That's normal. We should be weird. We shouldn't be all the same. How boring is that?
Exactly, yeah.
But we are never alone. If you connect with your heart, if you connect with nature, you will feel never alone. Never.
So, Agatha, we spoke about your past,
Yes.
your parents, and is it okay if I ask you questions about...
Dig deep, it's okay. Dig deep.
Ask questions about
Yes.
your previous relationships,
Yes.
your love life.
Yes, sure.
And
Yes.
I can remember that you were talking about foster parents being not nice to you, and you had a very abusive ex.
Yes.
Shall we talk about it? Is that okay
Yes.
if we talk about it?
I would like to talk about my foster family because, see, when I talk and work with people, I'm very good in analyzing and pointing out the patterns of a structure of a family. Now, in today's world, none of us is perfect, okay? It's not about saying, oh, this is your fault, or you're not correct, or you're right, or you're wrong. It's not about that. It's about and this is something in Sri Lanka, people don't like to talk about their faults and weaknesses. But if you talk about it, you can focus on your strength, and at the same time, you can strengthen your weaknesses, or you can improve. If I don't tell you the truth, right? If, let's say, you're giving me a cup of hot water, but I hate hot water, and every day I'm coming and having hot water from you, and I hate it and it makes me feel sick, and I'm not telling you, it's not good, right?
You're not giving the other person to,
Yes.
correct his or her mistake.
Like, I feel bad, and she doesn't know that I feel bad, but she's my friend, she cares about me, right? So if I tell you, hey, I don't like hot water, you can give me hot water, and you feel better about yourself because I feel better about myself, and you see I'm happy. So it's not about weaknesses, it's about telling the truth. So the truth is, when I grew up with that foster family, they were very strict Catholic people, like pure German breed, okay? So we did on the side meditation. So I grew up in they started 1977. So that time we were not allowed to talk about it. We did meditation, we did yoga, I grew up with Ayurveda. So now everyone talks about it, but I grew up with that. So I know the real deal, okay? So they're very rich people, they have their own hair salon. I would say even they're millionaires today. And that's not a joke. They have money, but all they know about life is working. They don't have friends. They don't know how to enjoy life. And most important is they don't know how to express love. So I grew up in this family. I had to be like them because I wanted to be loved. But I hurt myself so much, and every time I did something, not knowing what's wrong, they were punishing me, not talking to me, ignoring me. And they should have taught me how to run a business, right? But instead of that, with 9 years, I was cleaning. I was cleaning every Saturday, and I didn't play with any children. So I was totally isolated.
Cleaning in the sense the house or their business?
the hair salon, the kitchen, the food, the dishes, I was like a housemaid. It sounds like Cinderella, but it's true. It's the truth. I was like a housemaid.
Did you go to school?
Yes, that is a must. We have to go to school. But in Germany, even those days, like even now, sometimes the guy has more value than the woman. So all over the world we had the same issues. But I'm here today because I always believe in equality. So I had fights with my brother, but they wouldn't stand on my side. They would stand on his side because he was the guy and he had more value and whatever. Because they said later in life he will provide for us. Then I was thinking, why can't I? They wanted me to work to get a dowry for the guy I'm going to get married to. And then I said no. And even my driver license I did secretly. I saved money and I did it secretly because I knew I need a car to be
Independent.
And I didn't tell them and I felt miserable because I was lying. But I knew what I have to do to be independent because I want to reach somewhere in life.
Yeah.
I want to make myself happy because I was miserable.
Yeah, exactly.
So, and then of course, having this background of, yes, it is abusive. That word
Obviously.
it sounds so dramatic, but you know, it's a word and when we understand what it means, we can change it.
So basically you were going through mental and physical abuse?
No, physical.
Not physical.
No.
Mental and verbal.
Yeah, maybe because my mom, I'm sure your mom or your dad did. She would take a bamboo stick and she would just hit us with that stupid bamboo stick. It hurts. And then once she took a leather belt and my dad is taking us, running away. You know, I'm laughing now because I worked on myself. I did lots of healing, but imagine my dad taking us, running away because we did something, I don't know what, and my mom running behind with the belt and she just hit me. It was hurting me.
Trust me, bamboo stick is way better when you compare with my experiences.
Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe you should, what did they use for you? I want to know. Like what?
Everything possible. The broomstick.
That's
the
terrible, right?
Bucket.
Actually I feel like crying. Now the people, please, this is important to understand. The people you love, the people who should protect you, that's your parents, are hurting you. What does it do in your subconscious mind? It means the people you love, you should listen to, the authority figures are hurting you. And that means you have to follow and listen to them and do what they want you to do. But that is not love. So because of this fucked up mindset, stupid fucked up mindset, and that's the truth. So I'm traveling, I left the house not knowing how to survive because I was isolated. I didn't have real friends. So I was just, actually it was surviving. I don't know, I had this surviving mode. And then I went to India to study Ayurveda. So I didn't know anything about drugs, nor drinking and smoking and all. I don't do all that, right? So, but I would attract them naturally because I had a high frequency. I have like something pure or clean or whatever you want to call it about myself. So you attract certain kind of people who want energy, right?
Yes.
So this guy, he took drugs and I didn't know about it. So sometimes he would like snap and he would go crazy and he would get angry.
This guy means
In
your
India.
lover?
Yeah, he was my boyfriend and he was actually my fiance in India, in Bangalore. So, and he had a German mom and an Indian dad. So my connection was because I was lost. I was looking for a safe place. Now I understand, but those days I didn't, right?
Yeah.
So, and then I thought, maybe when his mom is German, you know, there's some connection, so I'm safe or whatever. So we started dating, we became engaged, but I didn't understand that he took drugs. So in the middle of the night, he would go and party and he would just leave me alone. And of course, me being from Germany, I would say, yeah, you please get lost, I'll come with you. And then he would, I don't know, he would just lose it all of a sudden. So
Lose it in the sense?
like he would imagine things which are not real, like me, like cheating or having other guys. Of course, I have male friends.
He was doubting you.
Yes, he was doubting me because he doubted himself because I know myself. I know I'm honest, I'm truthful, I'm very loyal.
He was insecure.
Very insecure.
Yeah.
So even his friends they told me, they said, Agatha, stay away from this guy, he's not good for you. But I was thinking, being naive, I was thinking, how can I leave this guy alone? I should be with him, right? Otherwise he's all by himself. But the truth is, if a person is bad, you are allowed to leave if that person is not good for you.
Exactly.
And don't get into a relationship because you feel you can't be alone. Get into a relationship because you can stand on your own feet and not because you think someone has to support you or something.
Taking alcohol
Yes.
is fine, it's okay, as
Yeah.
long as you're not abusive afterwards.
Yes.
Which is very important.
Yes. So it's about, we learn in life, it makes us stronger, because for me it was, what did I learn? I got to know myself and how strong I am. Yes.
What is white magic and what do you think about it?
Okay, since I'm a I call it holistic life coach. Actually, I'm something like, and I don't want to say I'm a priestess, but I'm something like a female priest, but I have the gift of, I can see and read energies. It's called also multidimensional being or star seed. We're an empath. I can hear, see things, auras, energies, and I know, it's like also an inner knowing. I know what's going on with people. So there's white magic. White magic means it's pure. It comes from your heart with very good, pure intentions to help someone and to release certain blockages. But then there is black magic, and this is something which we have a lot in Asia. We have it all over the world. And I'm sure you have heard about voodoo and what else is there? Voodoo and I don't know, all this dark magic. And it's not just praying to the devil or something. Black magic can be done even the moment you really think bad about someone. They say evil eye.
Yeah.
When they say evil eye, and then they give you they stare at you, and then they're jealous and greedy. Yeah. That also can affect you if you're weak.
Oh.
Right? So I'm not saying, oh my gosh, protect yourself. No, it's like when you are sick, it's like a virus. Why do you get a virus? Why do you get sick? Because your immune system is weak.
Yes.
So I teach people and I help people to improve their self-esteem, self-love. So we become strong from inside, and I always say reconnect. I have a podcast, it's called the podcast which reconnect, right? So it's about our roots. If they're strong, we are healthy, right? We are strong, and then nothing can affect us. The wind, the rain, if it comes, it doesn't matter. So white magic is a very good thing if we do healing from our heart. But yes, we do have lots of black magic here.
Oh, what is this Reiki healing?
I don't do it anymore. I'm a Reiki grandmaster. Now, I know people love Reiki now because people want to evolve, and I have done this more than 10 years back, right? So I always say I'm 10 years ahead, which makes life a little bit difficult because I'm always making a new path, right? But someone has to lead the path so others can follow. So Reiki is a very old way of that. They're using symbols, but those symbols, we have chakras, and they put the symbols inside the chakras to open up the channel, right? So when they open up the channel, you become a channel for the universal energy, for love, call it whatever you want to call it. And then you can use the healing energy which comes from your heart through your arms, like, Jesus, he had the healing power. Yeah. So Reiki means it's the ability to help and heal people. But the negative side of Reiki is they put symbols inside your chakras. Now, if you have a body and I put something inside your body, is it a good thing or a bad thing?
If it's a positive good thing, it's good. If
Yes.
it's a negative bad thing, it's bad.
Exactly. So with Reiki, the problem is you have a human being master, right? They say he's your teacher, he's your master, but also that human being has a certain pattern, structure, problems. So the moment you get an initiation means to open up the channels, and they put that symbol inside your chakras to increase the vibration of yourself. But I don't believe in that. The thing is, you have a human being who's your teacher, but you should be your own guru, you should be your own teacher and not follow anyone, because we don't want codependencies, right? We want to be in our self-empowerment. So nature is the best thing. It's the most purest thing. you connect straight with the universal or with love energy. And that's how you become strong.
Okay, I have heard of white witches. So, what do you think of that?
I think it's a good thing. They work with herbs, they work with Mother Nature, they work pure from the heart with very pure intentions.
Do they exist nowadays?
Yes, they do exist. I just spoke to a friend of mine. They're all witches, good witches, beautiful witches. And in America, they have almost more than 400,000 witches now, which are registered. The US government is now working with, they acknowledge witches.
Did you ever meet a white witch in Sri Lanka?
No, they all work, they call it black, gray or white, and they all do gray. They don't do pure white, nor do they black, but they're in between, which is also not good.
Also, okay, talking about your journey,
Yes.
you being successful now.
Yeah.
Recently you won what?
I became second runner-up at the Miss British Empire World Finals. It was an international pageant.
Yeah. All right, so you started from the ground level.
Yes.
Right? You're known
I'm
to
known.
people.
Yes, I'm known.
And what do you think of this newfound independence and
I love it. I love being me. I love to experience the new different sides of me, and I just want to teach women and children and men. You know, that's a happiness which I just love to share. Because I see people are being miserable. I love that about myself. I feel good about myself.
do you know why they're miserable? Because they give up. They just give up and then they don't
They want to be loved, and they haven't understood that when they love themselves and they're truthful to themselves, that they can be happy. They want to be loved and they expect others to love them. Doesn't work like that.
Well, a funny question. On a scale 1 to 10, how weird are you?
10, 11.
Is that all? Is that all?
Why? I think what? I think I'm the strangest, weirdest person in a good way which you can meet.
So what's the most weirdest thing that you have ever done?
All the time, every day. I can't tell. I listen to my heart, and the thing is, my soul, if I need to do something, I will do it, and I can't stop it. I just have to do it. It's like something in me, like a force, and makes me do it. You know, it's like, yeah.
What would be your biggest mistake that you have ever made in your life?
That is not being brave enough. I was always scared I would do something wrong. I was always scared that what happens if I do it. But you know, the thing is, the blessing is, I learned in life, just jump, don't think, have faith, trust yourself, and if it feels good, even though everything shows up that it could go wrong, but you feel it's right, do it. Just do it.
So now in
Yes.
Sri Lanka, do you have any genuine and honest friends?
Yeah.
How many?
Actually, I'm very blessed. I know them all for 15 years. And the crazy part is, but it was not easy in the beginning, because I came here to this country by myself, being very fair, being very young, not speaking the language, standing on my own feet. And of course, guys came and approached me and wanted to give me money and asking for unwanted necessary things. And sometimes I wouldn't make any money because I was a therapist, I'm a spa consultant, right? Yeah. So I wouldn't have any money because they would ask something else and I wouldn't do it. I would always say, I will not sell my soul. And that's why I'm here, shiny and bright and healthy, because I didn't do things beyond my border.
Exactly.
Yes. And that's the reason they trust me, and that's how we became friends.
So what's your superpower?
My heart. I have so much love within myself.
That's great. What's your favorite quote?
In German, wenn du einmal denkst, es geht nicht mehr, kommt von irgendwo ein Lichtlein her. That means if you think one day in life, it just can't get deeper, there will be a light coming from somewhere. That's my quote for my whole life. And I have two. The one is, go the path of fear. When you have fear, just do what you fear, it just disappears. I have those quotes, they are most important for me.
Okay, now you're here in Sri Lanka. You were in Germany and in India. Where else?
Kazakhstan, Nigeria, I was living there, Chicago, Bali, I have traveled a lot.
How has Sri Lanka treated you so far?
Sri Lanka, the people are not easy because of certain background, I mean, whatever happened with the history, right? But it's always a blessing to be here because I know in my heart, Sri Lanka used to be Lemuria and people are here very psychic and the goddess energy is very strong here. And that's why I call it reconnect, to reconnect with the female energy and the goddess energy here in Sri Lanka. It's very strong, very spiritual, very powerful.
Agathe. Yes. So now we have your handbag here. So our new segment, okay. So you have to show us 3 items and explain what it is.
Okay, yeah, this is I need my apple with me because when I'm hungry, I'm vegetarian. I want something to eat, right?
An apple a day keeps the doctor away. Second one?
My tissue papers because my nose runs when it gets cold. I don't like AC and then I start so I need tissue papers.
You are from Germany.
I know, but that's why I'm here.
Okay.
And of course, I always have money on the side in my, always.
No. Apart from money, something else,
Okay.
something weird.
Yeah, okay, fine. Then, yes, I know, wait. I always. My aroma incense. It's good for the nerves, it's good for the smell, and it gives you a freshness.
How do you even open this?
And that's frankincense. You put that. And every aroma, oil and fragrance has a different frequency. So if you're at a place which has a bad energy or whatever, I always put that on if people are smelly. And the moment
When
you inhale
people
it-
are smelly?
Yeah, not you. So, but when you're somewhere or the place or the house or whatever, you can just, and you feel so good. Even in the office when you're tired, you know, just when you do that, you feel fresh. You can put it here and here and here. You feel good, you know. This is how when I travel.
So, okay, now it's time to wrap up the show.
Yes.
Do you have anything to tell me or tell them?
Yes, there's one thing in life I really want to tell you is always stand up for yourself. Don't expect others to stand up for you. Allow yourself to be treated well and never stop studying in life. Always keep going. Explore yourself and others and be open for the world. Don't be like this, be open because the life has so much to give and to show. You can be happy and just be happy.
Thank you so much, Agathe, for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me here.
Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you.